Dying is usually a somber affair, but sometimes history throws us a curveball. Imagine a man who laughed so hard at a TV show that it actually killed him. This is the true story of Alex Mitchell, whose final moments were filled not with sadness, but with uncontrollable laughter. On a regular evening in 1975 England, Alex sat down to watch his favorite comedy, expecting nothing more than a few laughs. What happened next was anything but ordinary. His story forces us to ask, can laughter really be fatal? As it turns out, yes, under the strangest circumstances. Tonight, we travel back to that fateful night to discover what made Alex laugh so hard and what his story reveals about the power and peril of joy. Prepare for one of the oddest true stories you'll ever hear. Sometimes the universe really does have a twisted sense of humor. Before his infamous end, Alex Mitchell was an ordinary man, a bricklayer from King's Lynn, England. He was known for his booming laugh and love of British comedy, especially slapstick shows like The Goodies. Life in 1975 was simple: a hard day's work, a cup of tea, and a night in front of the TV with his wife Nessie. Alex was healthy, happy, and enjoyed the little things, especially a good joke. On March 24th, he settled in for a quiet evening, unaware it would be his last. There was nothing unusual about that night, just a man, his wife, and their favorite show. What makes Alex's story so compelling is its ordinariness. He was just like any of us, finding joy in everyday moments, but hidden vulnerabilities can lurk beneath the surface, waiting for the most unlikely trigger. That night, Alex Mitchell would become more than a bricklayer. He'd become a medical mystery. Sometimes the most extraordinary stories begin in the most ordinary ways. The show that night was The Goodies, a wildly popular British comedy known for its absurd slapstick humour. The episode Ecky Thump parodied martial arts with a ridiculous twist, fighting with black puddings. As the antics escalated, Alex's laughter grew, deep, unstoppable, infectious. Nessie watched as her husband was overtaken by wave after wave of hilarity. For most, it was just a funny show. For Alex, it was something more. His laughter became relentless, lasting an astonishing 25 minutes. He laughed so hard he struggled to breathe, his body shaking with mirth. Then, with one final tremendous laugh, Alex slumped forward and fell silent. The TV kept playing, but for the Mitchells, the laughter had ended in tragedy. In a moment, joy turned to shock. The man who loved to laugh had been undone by the very thing he cherished most. It was a scene no one could have predicted. Sometimes comedy really is a matter of life and death. What was the joke that proved fatal? The climax of Ecky Thump featured a Scotsman in a kilt, wielding bagpipes as a weapon. The absurdity of a bagpipe battle was pure slapstick genius. For Alex, it was the funniest thing he'd ever seen. Nessie recalled him exclaiming, "Oh, Nessie, look, he's going to kill him with his bagpipes," before erupting into uncontrollable laughter. The visual gag, so silly, so unexpected, pushed him over the edge. The Goodies brand of comedy was all about taking the familiar and making it ridiculous. For millions, it was just another laugh. For Alex, it was the last. The scene became legendary, forever linked to his story. It's a strange monument to the power of a single, perfectly executed joke. Sometimes laughter really is the best medicine, except when it isn't. For Alex Mitchell, the joke was literally to die for. News of Alex Mitchell's death was met with disbelief. Could laughter really kill? Doctors confirmed his cause of death, heart failure, triggered by a prolonged laughing fit. Laughter, while usually healthy, puts the body through its paces. Rapid breathing, increased heart rate, and a surge of adrenaline. For most, it's harmless, but for someone with an undiagnosed heart condition, it can be deadly. Intense laughter can disrupt the heart's rhythm, leading to cardiac arrest in rare cases. That's what happened to Alex. His heart simply couldn't keep up. Dying from laughter is incredibly rare, a perfect storm of a great joke, an intense response, and a hidden vulnerability. In 1975, doctors could only guess at what made Alex's heart so fragile. The mystery would remain unsolved for decades. For now, his case stood as a bizarre medical anomaly. Sometimes, joy can be too much for the heart to handle. Decades later, the mystery deepened when Alex's granddaughter Lisa survived a sudden cardiac arrest. Genetic testing revealed a rare condition. long QT syndrome, or LQTS, a disorder that disrupts the heart's electrical system. In LQTS, the heart takes too long to recharge between beats, making it vulnerable during moments of stress or excitement. Looking back, it became clear Alex likely had undiagnosed LQTS. His prolonged laughter triggered a surge of adrenaline, sending his heart's rhythm into chaos. The family finally had answers and a warning. Alex's strange death became a life-saving clue for his descendants, who could now be tested and protected. Sometimes the strangest tragedies reveal hidden dangers. His story was no longer just a medical oddity, but a vital piece of family history. The past had given the present a gift, knowledge that could save lives. Even in tragedy, there can be hope. Alex's final laugh echoed forward, changing his family's future. Sometimes the punchline is more important than we realize. You might expect anger from Alex's widow Nessie, but her response was remarkable. She wrote to the goodies, not to blame, but to thank them. Nessie told them her husband died in a state of pure joy, and for that she was grateful. The comedians were stunned, moved by her grace and perspective. Nessie's letter transformed a bizarre tragedy into a story of love and acceptance. She chose to remember Alex's final moments as happy ones, surrounded by laughter. Her gratitude became part of the show's folklore, a testament to the power of joy, even in loss. Sometimes the way we remember a story matters more than the story itself. Nessie's strength turned a medical curiosity into a celebration of life. In the end, Alex Mitchell truly died happy. Alex Mitchell isn't the only one to die laughing. History is dotted with similar tales. Ancient philosopher Chrysippus reportedly died after laughing at his own joke about a drunken donkey. The painter Zeuxis is said to have laughed himself to death at his own portrait of Aphrodite. Even in 1893, an Indiana farmer supposedly died after an hour-long laughing fit. While some stories are likely embellished, they all point to the same truth. Extreme emotion can overwhelm the body. Laughter is powerful, sometimes dangerously so. Our minds and bodies are more connected than we realize. Alex Mitchell's story is more than a medical oddity. It's a lesson in life's unpredictability. It reminds us that hidden vulnerabilities can turn joy into tragedy in an instant. Yet it's also a testament to the beauty of laughter and the importance of cherishing happy moments. Nessie's gratitude reframed her husband's death as a celebration of what made him unique, his joy. The discovery of long QT syndrome gave his family a chance to protect themselves, a gift born from tragedy. Even the strangest stories can have meaning and purpose. Alex's final laugh became a key to his family's future. His story teaches us to value laughter, embrace joy, and respect the fragility of life. Sometimes the happiest sound in the world is also the most powerful, and sometimes a good joke really can change everything.